Hello, guys. Here again with the Bible. We're going to be in chapter 9 of Genesis. The title of the chapter is called God's Covenant with Noah. Last time we were talking about the flood. Now we're going to be talking with the covenant with Noah. Then God blessed Noah and his sons, saying to them, "Be fruitful and increase in the number and fill the earth. The fear and dread of you will fall upon all the beasts of the earth and all the birds of the air, upon each creature or every creature that moves along the ground, and upon all the fish of the sea. They are given into your hands. Everything that lives and moves will be fat food for you, just as I gave you the green plants. I now give you everything, but you must not eat meat that has its lifeblood still in it. And for your lifeblood I will surely demand an accounting. I will demand an accounting for every animal, and from each man too. I will demand an accounting for the life of his fellow man." Come here, kitty, kitty. Ah, yeah. Count for every cat, you know. Whoever sheds the blood of man, by the man shall his blood be shed. For in the image of God has God made man. As for you, be fruitful and increase in the number, multiply on earth and increase upon it. Then God said to Noah and to his sons with him, "I now establish my covenant with you and with your descendants after you, and with every living creature that was with you, and the birds, the livestock, and all the wild animals, all those that came out of the ark with you, every living creature on earth. I establish my covenant with you. Never again will all life be cut off the waters of a flood. Never again will there be a flood destroy the earth." And God said, "This is the sign of the covenant I am making between me and you and every living creature with you, a covenant for all generations to come. I have set my rainbow in clouds, and it will be a sign of covenant between me and the earth. Whenever I bring clouds over the earth and the rainbow appears in the clouds, I will remember my covenant between me and you and all living creatures of every kind. Never again will the waters become a flood to destroy all life. Whenever the rainbow appears in the clouds, I will see it and remember the everlasting covenant between God and all living creatures of every kind on the earth." So every rainbow, we have to remember the covenant between Noah and God. Wait, what does that mean between a double rainbow? Dun dun dun. Does this mean like a double covenant pack? I don't know. Andy, say hi. Ah. Okay. So God said to Noah, "This is a sign of the covenant I have established between me and all life on earth." Sons of Noah. The sons of Noah who came out to the ark were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. I'm totally butchering these names, so please bear with me. Ham was the father of Canaan. These were the three sons of Noah, and from them came the people who were scattered over the earth. Noah, a man of the soil, proceeded to plant a vineyard. When he drank some of its wine, he became drunk and lay uncovered inside his tent. Ham, the father of Canaan, saw his father's nakedness and told his two brothers outside. But Shem and Japheth took a garment and laid it across their shoulders. Then they walked in backwards and covered their father's nakedness. Their faces were turned the other way so that they would not see their father's nakedness. When Noah awoke from his wine and found out that his youngest son had done to him, he said, "Cursed be Canaan, the lowest of slaves will he be to his brothers." He also said, "Blessed be the Lord, the God of Shem. May Canaan be the slave of Shem. May God extend the territories of Japheth. May Japheth live in the tents of Shem, and may Canaan be his slave." After the flood, Noah lived 350 years. Altogether, Noah lived 950 years and then died. Dang. So he spent most of his life on the boat. I don't want to say most of his life, but like part of his life, like a good third of his life. Tables or Table of Nations. This is chapter 10 of Genesis. This is the account of Shem, Ham, and Japheth, Noah's son, who themselves had sons after the flood. Okay, I'm trying to pronounce the names of these kids they had. Okay, do not be rude. I try to pronounce them the best I can. Okay, so the Japhethites, the sons of Japheth: Gomer, Magog, Madia, Javin, Tubla, and Meshes, and Tiras. The sons of Gomer were Ashkenaz, Rithath, Togarma. The sons of Javin: Elisha, Tashki, Kittim, and Rodium. From these, the maritime peoples spread out into their territories by their clans within their nations, each with its own language. Okay, now the Hamonites. The sons of Ham: Cush, Mizraim, Put, and Canaan. The sons of Cush: Seba, Havilah, Sabta, Ramah, and Sabteka. The sons of Ramah: Sheba and Dedan. Cush was the father of Nimrod, who grew to be mighty warrior on earth. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord. This is why it is said that, like Nimrod, a mighty hunter before the Lord, the first centers of his kingdom were Babylon, Erech, Akkad, and Calneh. In the Shinar, from land he went to Assyria, where he built Nineveh, Rehoboth, Ir, and Keilah, and Resen, which is between Neviah and Keilah. That is the great city. I'm telling you right now, I'm probably butchering all these names. The Mizraim was the father of the Ludites, the Anamites, the Lehabites, the Nephituhites, Pathurites, Cajulites, and from whom the Palestinians came, in the Calthurites. Canaan was the father of Sidon, his firstborn, and of the Hittites, the Jebusites, the Amorites, and the Girgashurites, Hivites, Archerites, the Shittites, Arvitites, Zamorites, and Hamathrites. Later, the Canaanites clans scattered, and borders of the Canaan reached from Sidon toward Gerar, the far as the Gazer, and then toward Sodom, Gomorrah, Adoram, and Zeboram, as far as the Lashi. These are the sons of Ham by their clans and languages in their territories in the nation. The Semites. The sons were also born to Shem, whose older brother was Japheth. Shem was the ancestor of all the sons of Eber. The sons of Shem: Elam, Sheher, Aphaxda, Lud, and Aram. The sons of Aram: Uz, Hul, Gether, and Meshech. Asbarat was the father of Shili, and Shili was the father of Eber. The two sons were born to Eber. One was named Peli, because in his time there was divided. His brother was named Jortan. Jortan was the father of Alamodam, Shibli, Hazamath, Jira, Hodoram, Uzel, Diklo, Oprel, Abimelech, Sheba, Ophil, Havilah, and Jeba. All these were the sons of Jochim. The region where they lived stretched from Mesha towards Sepa in the eastern hill country. These are the sons of Shem by their clans and languages in their territories and nations. These are the clans of Noah's sons, and according to their lines of descent within their nations. From these nations spread out over the earth after the flood. Chapter 11, Tower of Babel. Now the whole world had one language and a common speech. As men moved eastward, they found a plain in Shinar and settled there. They said to each other, "Come, let's make bricks and bake them thoroughly." They used the bricks instead of stone and tar from mortar. Then they said, "Come, let us build ourselves a city with a tower that reaches to the heavens, so that we may make a name for ourselves and not be scattered over the face of the whole earth." But the Lord came down to see the city and the tower that men were building. The Lord said, "If as one people speaking the same language they have begun to do this, then nothing they plan to do will be possible for them. Come, let us go down and confuse their language so they will not understand each other." So the Lord scattered them from their over all the earth, and they stopped building the city. This is why it was called Babel, because there the Lord confused the language of the whole world. From there the Lord scattered them over the face of the whole earth. Man, that's kind of messed up. You're just trying to build a city and then build a giant tower to reach heavens, and then the Lord just comes down. He's like, "Man, you can't be building stuff like this. I'm gonna have to split you up, change your languages." Man, I would be mad, but then I couldn't even talk to anyone because they don't know the same language I do. Man, that's messed up. From Shem to Aham. This is the account of Shem. 2 years after the flood, when Shem was 100 years old, he became the father of Apherheth. Oh, man. And after he became the father of Apherheth, Shem lived 500 years and had other sons and daughters. When Apherheth had lived 35 years, and he had became the father of Shelah. And after he became the father of Shelah, Apherheth lived 403 years and had other sons and daughters. When Shelah had lived 30 years, he became father of Eber. And after he became father of Eber, Shelah lived 403 years and had other sons and daughters. When Eber had lived 34 years, he became father of Peleg. And after he became the father of Peleg, Eber lived 430 years and had other sons and daughters. When Peleg lived 30 years, he became father of Reu. And after he became the father of Reu, Peleg lived 209 and had other sons and daughters. Dang, Peleg didn't live that long. 209 people, other parts of his family are living about 400 years, man. That must suck. When Reu had lived 32 years, he became, let me turn the page here, sorry. One second. My Bible's stuck. It's father of Serug. After he became the father of Serug, Reu lived 207 years and had other sons and daughters. Dang, they're getting to live not that long anymore. When Serug had lived 30 years and he became the father of Nahor, and after he became the father of Nahor, Serug lived 200 years and had other sons and daughters. Whoa, 200 years now? That's cutting. Like, look, you look at other people, they lived up to, 930 something years, and now, look, Serug is only living to 200 years. When Nahor lived 29 years, he became father of Terah. And after he became the father of Terah, Noah lived 119 years. 119 years. Man, that's like how much we could live, you know? You know, I told you earlier episode that, you know, we live probably to like 105, 106. I heard stories on Yahoo about old lady, you know, living to like 110, but dang. And after his years, he had other sons and daughters. After Terah had lived 70 years, he became the father of Abraham and Nahor and Haran. This is the count of Terah. Terah became the father of Abraham, Nahor, and Haran. Haran became the father of Lot. While his father Terah was still living, Haran died in Ur of the Chaldeans in the land of his birth. Abraham and Nahor both married. The name of Abraham's wife was Sarah. In the name of Nahor's wife, Milcah, she was the daughter of Haran, and the fathers of both Milcah and Iscah. Now Sarah was barren, and she had no children. Terah took his son Abraham, his grandson Lot, son of Haran, and his daughter-in-law Sarah, the wife of his son Abraham, and together they set out from Ur of the Chaldeans to go to Canaan. But when they came to Hebron, they settled there. Terah lived 205 years and died in Hebron. Dang. You must be pretty happy. Well, Terah, being pretty happy that, he gave birth to Abraham, one of the most important, I wouldn't say most important, but like pretty important guys, in the Bible to be born. I would say like maybe one of the like top 10 guys that are important in the Bible. And that's where I'll be leaving you guys off. Next time when I come back, we'll be reading Genesis chapter 12. Title will be called, or actually is called, the Call of the Adam. Or yeah. So we'll be talking about that next time. Please subscribe to my channel. We'll probably do it tomorrow, the next one. So please keep updated. Thank you. Bye.